Hey YouTube, in this video I'm back with our deck profile. Today I'll be doing a deck profile on the Shangri-La Star Coral slash Pacifica deck. So this deck is mainly a Coral one, but I managed to fit Pacifica, the Break Ride, in here as well. Mainly because right now Pacifica, in my opinion, is kind of like one of the slower or slowest Bermuda Triangle decks out there, and it's probably the overall least competitive. Coral also struggles since she didn't really get a whole lot of support. But this deck does make use of Harmony cards, sort of, and we'll go over them when we get into the deck. But surprisingly, Pacifica, she'll get her Fighters Collection thing at some point, so she'll probably come back as a separate deck in a future video. But for now, she is like staying with Coral, so they can team up to battle Link Joker and all kinds of crazy stuff like Aqua Force in the current meta. So anyway, for this deck profile, consists of 4 Shangri-La Star Coral. So this is the Somerset one. So this is the one where she turns human. Otherwise, they're known as the Unhumans, but or the Mermaids. But so 4 of this. It's still a key grade 3 Vanguard that you want to be riding on top, or you want to be using this most of the game, except when you're striding, obviously, or if you're gonna break ride, you want to break right into this. The other grade 3, the main one, is Planet Isle Pacifica. So, surprisingly, this break ride works very well with Shangri-La Star Coral. So those that play a lot of Bermuda Triangle, if they try to build all the different decks, they would have noticed that by now, since these cards have been around since Diva's Duet, when they first came out as the box topper promo things. So, 3 of it, because I do have to run Aurora Star Coral because of the ride chain and because she has Coral in the name. She is a lot more important to the deck than running the Top Isle Pacifica. Top Isle Pacifica is really not that good anymore. You'll almost never see this play, the soul play for this card. Even in the standalone Pacifica deck, I never found myself using that effect, so it's not a total loss. And the 9 grade 3s does help you stride. This is a Coral, so there's lots of things like it fixes cross ride. Like I said, you can break ride, stride. There's multiple targets. So 9 grade 3s, in my opinion, a deck that draws a lot of cards is perfectly fine. So that's the grade 3 lineup. For grade 2s, I am running the full ride chain. There's no reason not to in a Coral focused deck because it does help Coral Shangri-La Star's effect go off a lot. So 4 Shiny Star Coral, similar to the Ripple Ride Chain in Aqua Force. This ride chain is the same kind of thing where it's like if you misride it on the grade 1, if you don't ride this, you can search the top 10. Assuming you rode the grade 1 first with the grade 0 in the soul, you can search top 7, re-ride into this. And it's good to do that because it deck thins, it fills the soul more, because there are some cards that do Soul Blast. One of them being Prism Promise Celtic. So Prism Promise Celtic is in here also because because Coral bounces a lot of things really easily on limit break. So it just helps you power up the field. So next grade 2, I'm running 2 Unbelievable Girl Potpourri. She is basically when she hits, she has Harmony for one thing, and when her tech hits a Vanguard, you can bounce something and then call something down. So she combos again with stuff like Celtic. She can just help get stuff back to the hand, like grade 1s that are in rested position to prevent Link Joker from targeting them or to prevent Mega Colony from stunning them. You know, those kind of things. So this deck does surprisingly well against Link Joker and Mega Colony. That's what I've found. And with this new lineup, with the help of these Harmony cards, especially certain grade 1, this deck actually is pretty amazing. I was actually surprised with the results. And then the remaining grade 2s is 1 Ideal Walking Weather Emilia. Nice thing about her is she has Resist. And then I am running 1 Girl Struck Rio. I actually recommend running 2 of Emilia if you have the second one available. It's just I have the rest of my copies are in my Laris and Liddy deck, so this is just my 1 extra triple R that I pulled. So, and this is my 1 extra Rio because the others are in another deck that I will be featuring in the near future. But yeah, just more bounce targets that draw you cards And the nice thing about this one is that it's not GB1 restricted, and it does Soul Charge to help because Shangri-La Star does Soul Blast 1 to activate her effect, in addition to counterblasting 1, and then this thing does Soul Blast 1 when it's bounced. So 2 of those. This one's very nice because of the resist, so I like that one a lot. The only downside is it is GB restricted, but with the 9 grade 3s, you will stride at least once every game, if not more. So typically it's anywhere from 1 to 3 times per game you'll end up striding. For grade 1s, 3, Superb New Student Shizuku. So this card, in my opinion, is one of the key cards that makes this deck be able to get away with running 9 grade 3s and maintaining a huge hand. With the way Coral can easily bounce this back, or bounce something like this in front of it, or Rio in front of this, and then call it back down, and then search top 5 for a grade 3. It's just crazy. It just gets so much stride fodder. It pulls these out of the deck. It searches these, basically, or any of the Coral grade 3s to keep using Coral's effect. At first, I wasn't actually running this. I was originally running Sedna, the 8K, for Rio, but I found there's no point. And this card is just way, way, way better. So, at least in here. And then I am running 2 Prism Image Clear. Same thing as the Celtic, just so I have like 5 cards that have that effect of powering stuff up. That's why Rio is not that big of a deal being an 8K in here. And then 4 Fresh Start Coral. I kind of went in the wrong order with this, but anyway, I should have shown the perfect cards first. But the Ride Chain grade 1, 4 of this is a must do. And then 4 perfect guards. Just 4 perfect guards, doesn't really matter. You can run the unflipped ones if you want. Mine are in my Liddy and Laura's deck. And that's the grade 1s. So 13 grade 1s, 9 grade 3s. So it's pretty standard stuff. For grade 0s, trigger lineup, it's the 1 Cooking Caspi, because you have to play the 1 Cooking Caspi because it's just the lucky Madolce looking card. And then the 3 Margle Clones, Fundy. The real reason why I have this is because I only have 7 of this card. It should be 4 of this card, but whatever. 3 is enough. It's fine. So, 4 draw, and you can guess what the others are. 8 critical, and 4 heals. And then Angelic Star Coral as a starter because it's a Coral deck. So, and it's a very good Coral deck too. I actually think it's the best Coral deck I've ever used before. So, for strides, 2 School Atoll Olivia. This will always be second stride. It can win you games. It's just really good. I can't really explain why it's so good. At first, I thought this card wasn't that good, but after playing several matches with this, being able to stride into this, it helps all the Bermuda Triangle decks so much, it's ridiculous. I wish I had 2 more. That's just how good it is. So then 2 Legend of the Glass Shoe at Morris. This is usually my first stride, depending if I have a Rio or Emilia out. Or if I have a proper field setup, then I'll probably just go into this so I can start bouncing stuff and powering the field up with like returning Celtic or whatever. And then 2 Somni. This one, it's situational. I almost never use it for this deck. There are some Bermuda Triangle decks that do benefit from using her as first stride. But this one isn't exactly one of them. Actually, the Loris deck does benefit from this a lot more because of that on-stride skill. And then 1 Blizzard and Atmos. So these really, in this deck, should definitely be Olivia. Like, if you're not running a deck that needs to get to GB2 as fast as possible, then Blizzard is kind of irrelevant in here, at least in my opinion. And because the deck is so counterblast heavy as well, you're better off saving this skill for like an Olivia skill. So, in my opinion, for Olivia, and then these would be the others. So anyway, guys, that was my Shangri-La Star Coral and Planet Idol Pacifica. Oops, what's this? Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll be curious to know what you guys think, if I should change some of the grade 2 or 1 lineup, or even the grade 3s. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, and stay tuned for more Cover Vanguard videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.